Alright, Chris21 here. Just looked on my subscription list and seen a few people were talking about what won nationals this year. And it was Windups. Now, before I just wanted to say this before too many people found out tomorrow. The reason Windups won, and I kind of figured Windups would top, but I didn't think they would win. Because I figured a lot of people would be citing Matt C and effect failures and enough stuff to stop it. But apparently, people were thinking, oh, no one's going to be playing it. It's going to be a dead deck. So, and people were more worried about Rabbit and Chaos Dragon. And that is one of the reasons why I think Windups won. Windups, yes, it is a good deck. There's no doubt about it. But people were considering it tier 2 because it was just so easy to stop. But this guy made the correct meta decision, which was the terms used in one of the videos I watched about it. The fact that Windups just won doesn't mean Windups are any better than they were. That just means no one was citing for Windups. No one had. There was probably a few people that did because they're like, oh, I'll see a few deaths. I may see a few deaths, so I'll cite in. Make sure I have a few cards, like maybe 1 or 2 cards, to help stop it. But I don't think a lot of people were too worried about it, so they weren't really focusing on it or weren't really expecting it. They're more, to be truly honest, if anyone was really training for it, they'd be facing a Dino Rabbit or Chaos Dragon to make sure they had the right sides in and could do all the right plays and make sure. That's what they've been practicing for. Those two matchups. Then they probably would have done the random ones, but not a lot of people were thinking Windups would be good. I'd show you a carrier and explain to you about the price differences just because the price of a card being in a deck that someone went to nationals with. To be truly honest, if I wanted a price to drop that had like tons of copies of, I just make sure it's in my side deck. That's basically it. But what? Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, someone just subbed me. Okay. And that is in commenting on something. Alright. So, Windups, they were never a bad deck to begin with. They were just very easy to decide against. No one was expecting them. So, they weren't expecting a lot of them. And they're probably right, there probably weren't that many. So they weren't citing for it. The people that did face it, they probably didn't have anything. They probably, I'm not saying he got lucky with the matches, but I'm pretty sure a few people know how to beat Windups, but he probably just had the right deck at the right time. Because people were expecting Dino Rabbit, Inzectors, and Chaos Dragon. Those were the 3 decks people were citing for. And he even said he had trouble with Dino Rabbit. Then he had he also said Deep Prison was a good side for Chaos Dragon, which I could see that because they used their graveyard art a lot. But yeah, Inzectors, the fact that they won shouldn't affect the price at all. And also, the price shouldn't really affect anything because of the ban list coming out. There's going to be so much price differencing on people thinking, oh, this card is too good or anything like that. But just the prices are going to be affecting so much right now because the ban list is going to be coming out. If the card's cheap, people are probably going to try to pick it up because they think it might be good. in this format. The card's expensive. They're probably gonna leave and say, "Oh, this isn't gonna work in this format." So this is what I'm thinking right now. Sell off all your wind-up stuff. That deck isn't gonna work in this format. And if it does, we know how to stop it because we stopped at this. We knew how to stop at this format. That's why no one started. That's why a lot of people didn't play it because they knew that it would get stopped. Also, another thing: sell all your Dino Wrap stuff. You're not gonna need it in this format. It's not gonna be any good. The Dolka is being reprinted. Just sell it off and then later buy it back if you want. If you truly want to make that deck again. But just right now, sell it off while the price is still high. Since it didn't win nationals, the price already dropped because people are going to be focusing on windups. But yeah, that's just my little tip right there. Try to sell off all your windup stuff, trade it off, get most for it, because some people will still want it. Don't really know why, because there aren't any more competitions except for maybe your locals. There really isn't too much more that you can do. So it's like, really for me, it's like I'm gonna be waiting to buy any of my Infernity barriers till they announce the last 4 cards that are gonna be reprinted as supers. Because I'm still hoping that they're gonna reprint as a super, and I can get the price drop on Infernity barrier like I wanted. So yeah, this is Chris 21. Peace, 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 and not yet. Now.